So this is a Swift Elegance 480. The first thing you're going to do when you get inside the caravan is hit the power switch, and as you can see, the interior lights will come on. The next thing we're going to want to do is, once your acro rolls connect on the outside of the van, which I'll show you when we go to the outside, or where that goes. I've got mats on the floor in here today to damp outside. So underneath the seats in the front of the caravan, you have the main water tank itself. Now down in the left hand far corner, down in the corner at the back there that you can't quite see at the moment, there is a yellow valve for draining down the water system. What you need to do is you need to make sure that valve is in the flat position. If you want to drain it, you'd have it in the upright position, but if you want to fill the system, like I said, it needs to be down and flat. You'd need to make sure that valve is down if you're going to run off the aqua roll or the onboard water tank to fill the water system up internally. So what I'd advise you do first is to fill the aqua roll side of things. So you'd shut the yellow valve, and then you'd come into the front cupboard here, down the front. I do apologise, the two yellow taps are down here rather than in the corner. So you'd need to fill the onboard water system, you would need to run the valve in this direction to run from your aqua roll, and you'd need to have the yellow valve here in the corner shut, and the yellow valve in this corner shut as well. If you wanted to drain the system, you'd open this valve up, the same as you'd open this one up. At the moment though, we're going to, in a second I'll show you how to fill the internal supply. So to fill the system from the aqua roll, as I said, you'd need to have the valves in the position they are now. You'd then come back over to the control panel by the door, and you'd hit water pump. At the moment it's letting me know there's no water pump connected, so that's the reason it's beeping for. But if you wanted to fill the onboard, when you're filling from the aqua roll, you would need to make sure all the taps, all the way around the caravan, the tap there, the tap in the bathroom and the shower tap, you'd need to make sure they're all open on the hot side to get the water through the system. It will spit and splatter to start with, like your taps do at home when the water's been off, but once it's got enough water through the system, it will start running freely. If you want to fill the onboard water tank, you'd need to come to the valve at the front of the caravan, just down here, and you need to put the valve in the down position, as you can see now. And again, you'd need to have the two yellow valves shut. There is a list of how this works also on the cupboard down here. So the tap on the left hand side is the hot side, the tap on the right hand side is the cold drain, so you'd need to drain both down before travelling. So once you've got that valve in the downward position, you can come over to the control panel above the door and you can hit the fill tank, and at that point it would start filling the onboard water tank. When the tank is full, it will cut off automatically. As you can see here, it will come up to the full level, and then you'll have water in the system completely. Again, you would need to have the taps open so it doesn't cause an airlock in the water pipes on board the van. On the left hand side you've got your leisure battery power, and on the right hand side you've got your 12-volt power coming from the vehicle you are towing with. Also, you can press the view levels here to view the levels of the water tank, the batteries on board, or the vehicle you're towing with. To operate the whole Aldi control panel, you'd hit the power button just down here in the bottom corner. And what you'd need to do at that point is you'd have to hit the menu button just here. You can control the internal temperature of the caravan on the top just here, as you can see. So down or up to set your temperature. Your water temperature, it will automatically come on when you turn on this control panel, so that is just water on, so that's around 35 to 40 degrees of water temperature. To boost, you'd hit the button up, so you've got this bar here that's completely black then, and that'll be the water boost for the heating system, for the water system. Depending on what site you're on, you'll need to have 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts turned on, and then that will run from the power supply on the site. So depending on what site you're on, you'll have the option of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. The only way you'll find out what power supply you've got is if you ask the caravan site you are on. At the bottom here you've got the option to run on gas, so you can run the Aldi heating system on gas on its own as well. To ignite it on gas, you simply hit the on button and that will self-ignite the gas system. The fridge itself, very simple to use. You've got power on for the fridge, At the moment it's trying to self-ignite on gas. It will fail in a moment. So the red light will flash here and the flame symbol will also flash here. To run the fridge on 240 volt, you'd need to have the mains, you'd need to go onto the mains plug. As you can see at the moment, we're not connected to mains, but normally that would go solid blue, and then you can control the temperature, whether you be on gas or electric, on this button on the right hand side. To control the, or to turn it on to 12 volt when you tow in, so the fridge works as a cool box. Once the power's on, you would need to hit the 12 volt button just here. To turn the fridge back off, you'll press and hold and turn the fridge off. The cooker and microwave, very self-explanatory. The microwave, there is an instruction book in the manuals in the front drawer. And the cooker works like your household cooker would. In the bathroom itself, you've got an electric flush on the blue button at the top there. And you've got your waste valve at the bottom there as well, that opens up to the left hand side. When you sat on the toilet, it will open up to the left hand side, and that will allow the waste valve or the waste to go down in the cassette underneath the van. Sink and shower in the caravan works the same as your household system once you've filled it up on the water supply, once you've filled it up from the aqua roll system. So on the outside of the van, the motor mover and wheels, which we'll come back to during the handover and I'll demonstrate them in person. On the outside of this particular van, we've got a 240 volt supply, which has got power going to it when you connect it to the 240 volt. Front locker of the van, storage for underneath the front beds. Down the front you've got your wind down leg, and then you've got your barbecue gas point on the outside also. Hitch up procedure again we come to in person, and we demonstrate that when you're here on site. In the front locker, we have the barbecue gas bottle, the gas bottle mounts, and the gas regulator at the top. On the outside of the van, we have the Aldi heating vent. We also have the shower connection for the caravan. These are available to buy from our shop. On the top side here of the water system, this is direct to the onboard water tank, so you'd need to connect your water pump to the top connection to be able to fill the water system and the internal tank. At the bottom here you have your direct to tap, so that would be direct to your heater tank itself, and you'd be able to fill the onboard the hot water tank on its own, or the heating tank on its own. Next along we have the battery locker with the power lead in the side of the van. We have the motor mover and wheels, and then we have the fridge vents on the side of the van also. At the back of the van we have the toilet, the flush tank at the back of the van, which is 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom we have the waste cassette, which you pull out and empty once it's full, but in there you need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. At the back of the caravan we have the wind down legs, as you can see. If you have any further questions on the Swift Elegance 480, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company. Thank you very much. Bye bye.